It was a brainchild of Stan Tate. Stan read an article in the New York Times about the Economic Club of Detroit. And he said, well, maybe that's the kind of thing we need in Tallahassee to increase economic understanding.
I was at the organizational meeting. I lived in Marietta at the time. This was 1977, I guess. And I went to a meeting of 15 or 20 of us over at the City Country Club. Stan Tate was presenting this idea to us, and I thought it was a great idea.
The community leaders reacted very positively, and everything went from there.
We had a good team. We had people who were willing to work, and our chairman and our president, the folks that were leading us at the time.
And in the history that Stan wrote for the 25th anniversary, he says they were all pretty apprehensive when they gathered in the old Silver Slipper that was in the basement of Northwood Mall about how things were going to turn out. But they had 200 people show up. Curbo made a good talk. It got good press coverage. Everything was positive, and so from there they kept going.
So what kept us going was the enthusiasm that we fed, our enthusiasm fed on the ability to get speakers, and the longer we worked on it, the easier it became to get speakers. And then it got to be a point that we had speakers, we had to line them up maybe 4 or 5 months ahead of time, because of the reputation we developed early on in taking care of the speaker when they arrived.
You know, the dedication that the original founders had for creating this club. And I got to see that dedication again and again in those executive committee meetings when we would painstakingly try to find speakers of the day on issues of the day, but while sticking with that mission of keeping politics out of it and trying to really focus on the issue and not take a side one way or the other.
The quality of the membership of the club and the quality of the speakers that we've been able to attract, I think those are the two key elements in the club's great success.
So they pave the way. They make it very easy. We've had very little trouble because of the great work that the founders, Stan Tate and Admiral Ashler and Jack Mowell and Governor Wayne Mixon and so many others have had.
I think that adhering to the values, the original values and mission of the club is crucial, because it's so easy, especially in today's world, to stray and sort of lose focus.
We're really very blessed and fortunate to have it here, and the foresight of Stan Tate and some of other chairman emeriti that really thought about this 40 plus years ago and put it in place 40 years ago. So now we're celebrating the 40th anniversary and the 500th program of the Distinguished Speakers.
We've had some really big national figures to come, international figures to come, and we try to spice the agenda with people like that.
We've had Supreme Court justices, chief justices, we've had cabinet members, former governors chair the organization.
I think it will just keep growing. We may have to find a larger venue to accommodate more members, but I think it will still be 30, 40 years from now, a forum for the South for the leading issues of the day. It will be a forum for Tallahassee's leadership to get together and hear these speakers.
I just hope that it can continue to serve its purpose.
It was an opportunity to sort of punch through a part of your day in a, you gotta have lunch, but in a setting that was fairly informal, and learn something that you might not have learned before.
Yeah, that was exciting to put this thing together. I'm proud as I can be now, looking out there when we have meetings now. We got a bunch of people, and we got a lot of good speakers, and we got a lot of good workers. It was a very meaningful experience for me. I will never forget it. And I really appreciate the opportunity to sit here and tell you about it.
I feel like it's always important to better yourself, to constantly explore new ways to learn and to grow in your professional life, but also in your personal life. These are things that intersect every day. And we're seeing it in in the political climate that we're living through today. You can't really separate them, and if you don't stay involved and educated, then you can't have a position, and you ultimately aren't being a responsible citizen.
And I think we have that unique position and that unique responsibility to continue that for the next 40 years.
I was a beneficiary of the work we did. I had a business I had to start, financial planning and insurance business. I really didn't I didn't have the time. But I said to myself, I need to get some time. And that was the best decision I ever made.